So I always end up getting the stuff he doesn't like the Smarties or whatever. Kids don't like me either because I'm giving out the Smarties, but at least Rich isn't getting into them, which is the important part.
Yeah, lesser of two evils.
So you guys, real quickly, the deadbeat dad is first in regards to the dad who did not pay the is $100,000 behind on child support payment, and the judge who said you're not allowed to have any more kids until you pay that. And can he do that? Can the judge? I mean, the judge did it, and a higher court upheld it. But your thoughts about that judgment, saying infringing on someone, is it a slippery slope? If you infringe on somebody's right, one person's right to have kids, as much as we may all like or dislike it, is it a slippery slope? Well, then how about not letting her have kids because she this, that, or the other? So that is the first one, and the second one is when it comes to the teacher. And we'll talk about she's suspended, not relieved of her duties, but suspended. Do you agree with that, of the school saying that she is suspended and not completely losing her job? And they say that she's suspended because she's a very well-liked teacher. Was this a bad moment for her? Should it be forgiven, especially when sometimes people would say good teachers are really hard to find? So we'll talk about that. And then we've got Scott in our second block for a movie review.
All right.
I'm ready. Ready to rock and roll and drink some more coffee.
I know. More coffee. Always more coffee.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm like on cup number, oh hell, I don't even know. It's like, you see the size of this cup. It's
Well,
like,
that's
my
big.
coffee cups don't mess around.
I know. I have this. No.
This is mine. I hate to say it, I do 2 of these of coffee every day.
Holy.
Well,
That's pretty big, Melissa.
well, Melissa, you wake up at like dark 30, so it's like,
Just to be clear,
you possibly doing too.
this is two, when you do Keurig,
Yeah.
if you do have a Keurig, this is 2 cups of Keurig.
Okay.
Nice.
So
2 cups. That's a big, tall Keurig?
Yes.
Whoa. Wait, so do you do it, both of them, all of them in the morning? Or, so essentially you have 8 cups of coffee?
Well, so the big one isn't 2 cups. The big one is just 1 big cup.
Yeah, but you have one, yeah, I guess 4.
Don't do
Maybe
the
5.
math, Antonia.
Yeah.
Don't do the math.
He basically has 40 ounces of coffee.
No, I was thinking that the big cup was 2 cups of coffee. 2.
I think it's like a pint of coffee.
If I early wake up, I can't even be mad at you. It's like,
I'm
if I
not
woke
saying,
up that early,
Tim,
I'd
that
have
2
to have
cups are a pint. I'm saying that the size of the Keurig.
Melissa, yesterday, Kylie asked me to go on the level
it's
10.
it's like Tourette.
I don't know if she can hear me anymore. I'll have to tell her at the break.
Yeah, probably. If I woke up as early as y'all had to, it's like I just need a coffee IV tapped into my veins.
Welcome, everyone, into the News 4 Forum. The show we don't just watch, we're asking you to join in. We're talking about hot stories, trending topics, viral videos, and the latest in your tech news. So let's go ahead and get started. And starting off this morning with a look at what's trending online. Locally, the most read story on mynews4.com is hit-and-run victim's family speaks out. 25-year-old Gabriel Kennedy has yet to regain consciousness after being left for dead in a hit-and-run incident that happened last Thursday in South Reno. He lost a limb, has several broken bones, and bleeding on the brain. If anyone has any information about this case, you're asked to please call Secret Witness 322-4900. You can remain anonymous. Nationally on CNN.com, the most read story this morning is, yet again, Solange Jay-Z and Beyonce break their silence on hotel elevator incident. Are we still talking about this? Yes, according to CNN, in this statement, the family says apologies have been made for the, quote, unfortunate incident, end quote. But what they didn't address is what actually triggered the rumble in the first place. On FoxNews.com, the most read story this morning is eccentric candidate makes for strange Idaho gubernatorial debate. According to Fox, one candidate, Harley Brown, came dressed in leather chaps. In his opening remarks, he proclaimed that God told him that he would become the commander-in-chief. Okay, and the other, Walt Baines, said that he is willing to go to jail for homeschooling. I like it when they mix it up. All right, trending on Twitter this morning is hashtag Modi. More than 66% of the 814 million eligible voters cast ballots during a 6-week-long election held in stages across India. Narendra Modi is expected to become India's next prime minister. Now on to our viewer voice segment, where we ask you, the viewer, to chat with us about some of the trending topics of the day. You can find these topics on our Facebook page at about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we would love to have you live on air with us. All you have to do is have a Google Plus account and circle me, Melissa Carlson. Our first topic for today: an Ohio court upholds an order that disables a father from reproducing. Yep, you heard that right, reproducing. An Ohio appeals court on Wednesday upheld a previous court's order that a so-called deadbeat father legally cannot have any more children until he first pays $100,000 in overdue support for his 4 children that he already has. In January of 2013, a judge ruled that Taylor could not have any more children while he's on probation for 5 years. Taylor's attorney is arguing that the order violates his right to reproduce. Asking our Google Plus group what you think about this. Is this a slippery slope? If you do it for one thing, cash in this case, what's next? Or, hey, you got to start somewhere. Starting off first with Kempton. Kempton, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one for me. But I do see the problem here, where it's the responsibility, instead of just cash, the responsibility of the father to take care of the kids, and it has been shown that he didn't do his job. So I think the judge may have a point here.
Deanna, the kids are alive, right? They haven't gone anywhere. They're still on this earth. They need some help. They need some money. He is court ordered to pay that money back. If he's not doing it, is this the only way to potentially get his attention and make him do it? By the way, the money that he could be spending to pay back these kids, he's currently spending on legal fees with his attorney to fight it. Okay, your thoughts about this? That's just my little bit. Your thoughts?
Oh, that's pretty nutty. It's like I do think this is a good thing. It's like, I mean, I feel like that if you're not properly taking care of the kids you already have, then yes, it's like you don't need to have any more and put any more burden on any kind of system, or honestly on yourself. It's like, I mean, this dude already owes $100,000. It's like, I mean, what more is it going to take?
Yeah, but still, the part, though, that concerns me is it is a slippery slope. What could be the next thing that you put it on? Antonia, what do we have on Facebook?
Well, Chanel says they can't enforce that. Furthermore, this is America. We need to take a stand on rights violations and our constitutional rights before they're all gone. But Paul says, I think this is awesome. It's not him who suffers. It's the kids. Time to man up.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. When is bullying bullying? That's what an Ohio father wants to know after security camera video surfaced that shows a teacher manhandling his kindergarten son. As reporter Brian Maddock reports, the video is getting a lot of attention around the country. Beware, it can be tough to look at.
Video of a Riverdale kindergartner being pushed and manhandled by a teacher has gone viral. This is the image many people are used to seeing of 6-year-old Ian Nelson. Today, Ian is home trying to get his mind off of what happened by playing video games.
He's really withdrawn with it. You talk about it around him, and he just doesn't want anything to do with it.
Ian's father, Anthony Nelson, says his son is doing better, but when he saw this video, he was irate.
I was flabbergasted. What do we do? You know, immediately what do we do? This is not okay.
What Anthony did was contact the school to find out what they plan to do. The district put teacher Barb Williams on an unpaid 10-day suspension.
A 10-day suspension isn't good enough. I mean, a bully is a bully. It should be treated the same way. I mean, zero tolerance should be zero tolerance to a teacher or a student.
According to Riverdale local schools, Williams is a 14-year district veteran with no past issues.
A lot of parents request her for kindergarten. She's on the list. You know, parents sometimes say they'd like to have this teacher or this teacher. In the past, she's always been requested, you know, at a very high rate.
What we had personally was a bad experience.
Nelson says he wants Williams fired and a clear message sent.
Bullying is not okay. Whether it be a teacher, a student, a zero tolerance school should be zero tolerance for a teacher bullying a child, just the same as a child bullying another child.
I talked to the dad's attorney over the phone Thursday afternoon. He told me there's no lawsuit and right now there's no plans to have one. Meanwhile, the dad, he simply says he hopes this whole situation is a learning lesson, not just for the teacher, but for everyone.
Brian Madrick reporting there. Thank you so much for that. Ian's parents want criminal assault charges filed against the teacher. They say officials say that the sheriff's office has a copy of the video and is reviewing it currently. Tough video to look at. I don't think anybody's going to look at that video and say, oh, yeah, that seems okay. No, not okay. But just the suspension, is that enough? Or, hey, teachers can be overworked. They have a lot going on. It's not okay that they did this, but it's a first-time offense. Let's, move past it, and she's been suspended without pay. First, starting off with Nate. Nate, your thoughts on this story?
Yeah, no, I think usually it starts out with a suspension and then it ends to a firing. I can't imagine. I would be surprised if it didn't. Because, yeah, don't you think every potential bully and every kid in this high school, or this grade school, has seen this video by now? And they're thinking, if the teacher can do it and get away with it, why can't we?
Or everybody's looking at this video and saying, wow, look, we got national attention because we got this video happened. We better be on our P's and Q's. So I'm not sure which way it would go on that one. Kempton, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a very tough video to look at. The thing putting against the teacher is, if she has been a great teacher for the last 14 years, I really want to find out what went wrong in this instance. And maybe there are mitigating circumstances, but yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
Deanna, your thoughts?
I feel like this, Melissa. It's like when we ourselves make mistakes, we're always kind of giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt. We very rarely apply that to other people. It's like from all reports that I've seen, this is a great teacher. She slipped and made a mistake. I'll go ahead and buy that. The suspension was right. As long as this isn't like a repeated incident, then I'm fine with how it will turn out.
Tony, what do we have on Facebook?
Well, Veronica says she needs to be fired. As a parent, I would not be happy unless she was. But Sarah says, you know what? This is just what she was caught doing. Kind of who knows?
Who knows what else there was. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook and our Google Plus page. All right. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at a movie review. But this is also First Listen Friday. We're going to introduce you to local musicians and singers around our area. So we're introducing you today to Chris Stanton. Enjoy that. We'll see you back here at a look at a new movie in theaters now. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's nothing that she said or did. It's a battle between her and it's love that I'm withholding. I'll pull you in. Fear each other.
Did Melissa just accidentally try to close the show?
I don't know.
Make sure last time you told me to sit to contact.
Sounds like Reno has some good jams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not okay. That is not okay.
You smoke it again, man.
No. Not Oh. Listen. It's my Scotty.
And Melissa is like, I heard you catch yourself trying to close the show there. I heard that. I caught it.
Trying to what?
Close the show. It's like, yeah, we'll see you back here at... Wait a second. No, not yet. I heard that. You caught yourself, but I'm on your little games.
So, seriously, you are going to sit that far away from me?
No. I want to know how close do you want me to be?
All right, gang. You guys have a good weekend, right?
Oh, bye, Captain.
Have a great weekend.
All right.
Huh?
Right there's
Right
good.
here.
And Scott, why don't you just sit in her lap? That'll do.
How are you guys doing?
Oh, it's a beautiful Friday, man. How about you?
Oh, good. I know. TGIF can't go wrong with that day.
Yeah,
Turn around,
TGIF.
tell her.
Wait, Scott can hear us, but no one else can ever hear us?
Yeah, so all those mean things that you've been saying about Scotty, Antonia, I want to tell you, he now knows. No.
I hate to leave you guys all alone, except I have another hangout to jump to.
Bye, Nate.
Have fun with
Take care.
TMZ.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Have a great weekend, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
See you guys.
See ya.
Well, y'all ain't getting rid of me that easy. I'm hanging around.
Yeah.
Holding it down. Talking about Beyonce and Solange.
Yeah. I just find that whole situation hilarious, honestly.
I mean, it's whatever. It's a family. It's normal.
Yeah. It's like I've gotten in fist fights with my sisters before.
Welcome back, everybody. A new comedy starring Seth Rogen and Zac Efron, shirtless in most of it, is sweeping the box office. So what does News 4 Scott Birmingham think about all the shirtlessness in all of it? Okay, that's not really what you're looking at anyway, but I just thought I'd throw it in there.
Thanks for setting me up there. Well, let's review the top box office hits this week. And they're number one, the new comedy Neighbors, partying it up at $49 million. And dropping down a notch to number two this week is The Amazing Spider-Man 2, swinging in at $35 million. And rounding out our top three is The Other Woman, making $9 million. We're talking this week about Neighbors, featuring Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. It's a humorous look at a couple with a baby and the unexpected difficulties that arise when they're forced to deal with their new neighbors, a fraternity house. Comedy is a tough nut for two reasons. Everyone has a different sense of humor, and sometimes balancing between being funny and yet telling a story is not always easy. Sometimes when it comes to comedies, I just want the funny. I really enjoyed last year's This Is the End, yet I found Neighbors, much like his 2012 movie, The Guilt Trip, a bit too spotty in terms of being really funny. Don't get me wrong, it does have its funny moments. I just don't feel those moments are strung close enough together to reel in more of the comedy from the story. Seth Rogen can be a bit hit and miss when it comes to the improvisational scenes. Sometimes those scenes go a bit long till they hit a funny moment. Much of the humor that he strives for is good as who he is doing his scenes with. I was hoping it'd be a bit funnier, and I give it 3 clicks out of 4. It's also more of a red box kind of movie for me. I do give it kudos for at least sticking to being a 90-minute movie.
Which so many are not doing anymore. You go in and you're like in there for 3 hours. Give me a break. I don't have the time.
I know, exactly.
That's an expensive
exactly.
date. All right, so what are we looking at for DVDs?
On DVD releases, on the front we have this week, we have For Those Who Need a Bit More Zac Efron in Their Life, That Awkward Moment. Also, I, Frankenstein with Aaron Eckhart, and Generation Iron, a documentary which was in limited release. I was lucky enough to receive a screener for Generation Iron and thought it was very good. It follows the world's leading Billy Botters as they train for the Mr. Olympia title.
All right, so what are we looking at for next week?
Next week, talking about Godzilla. Some really good trailers out for it. It looks really interesting, so we'll see. Maybe it has the story. Maybe it's just Godzilla for
it's
2
probably
hours.
one of it's going to be those IMAX ones you're going to want to see. In
Yeah,
IMAX
I would like
probably.
to see that.
Yeah.
It looks pretty exciting
Love that
for me.
IMAX theater.
So we'll see.
Scotty, thank you so much. I appreciate
Sure.
it. Now we go to Tim with a quick look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. Warming up yet again out there. We're just a little cooler today than yesterday. We're at 79 right now in Reno. We'll take a look at that 7-day forecast in a little bit, which includes a cool down and also some rain chances. That's coming up after the break. See you then.
Now we're running out the clock on this. It's a final hour. Quit my job and film my
A screw up that did a screw up that made it end up being right because the two screw ups balance each other out. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, just ignore the music. It's just going to be there as a background for you.
Is that country music?
Yeah. Christine actually said she knows his older brother.
Did you see the picture of the guy?
Yeah. Bo's in my ear. He's so cute. Yeah. Did it get? Yeah, it got posted on our page, right?
Yeah, I just saw it on Instagram, and I didn't think it was country music, and then I mean, he's already cute, and then I heard the country music, and now I'm really swooning.
Yes, honey.
Oh, child.
He followed you back, Bo?
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Hold on. Let's see if we follow him on our Instagram. Do we follow him on our Instagram?
I'm sure we do. I'm sure. I'm checking right now.
Oh, his account's private?
Yeah, we didn't tag him in the thing. Chris.
Oh, no, we've got him.
Okay.
I have to tell you, I'm very glad that they took a Skycam. Yeah. Because I wasn't getting a countdown. I'm like, this is a long tease. I'm just going to be standing here smiling for 10 seconds. Right. So I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Awkward.
I could barely hear Deanna just now say awkward, but I agree.
Yeah.
Very.
And welcome back, everybody. It is Friday.
It is Friday.
Woo!
We like our high fives on
We
Friday.
love the high five Fridays, and we have got a nice little spurt of some warmer weather, cooler than what we had, but still going to be enjoyable.
Yeah, it's still going to be pretty warm today, but a few degrees cooler than yesterday. So technically we're starting that cool down, but it's still going to be pretty warm out there for the afternoon. You'll see much cooler temperatures on the way on that 7-day forecast. First, we'll check out a beautiful picture here, Palazzo Meadows in California. Thanks, Matt McConico, our news director here at the station, for sending me this one. You know, a lot of people have not been sending in pictures. We would love to see your pictures on the air. So Matt is happy to fill in that role for a few days. But please send us your pictures so we can show them on the air and also on our Facebook page, facebook.com/KRNBnews4. And you can definitely get your picture on the air for sure if you send it in. It has to be landscape format because we have to use it for our cover photo on Facebook as well. But please send them in, and we'd love to show them. Barely cooling off today, just about 4 degrees cooler for the high than yesterday. We saw 90 degrees in Reno yesterday. I think we're going for about 86 today. A breezy afternoon on tap for us as cooler air starts to approach. It will be cooler heading into early next week, and even the end of the weekend will be a little bit cooler out there. We'll see on that 7-day in a minute. Already 79 degrees, 5-mile-per-hour winds out of the southeast. Not too much in the way of wind yet, but we'll see that picking up over the next few hours here. We're in for a breezy afternoon. 77 in Carson City right now, 70 degrees in South Lake Tahoe, 85 in Yerington, so really warming up very quickly out there. We had a little bit of scattered cloud cover earlier today. We're starting to see some breaks of sunshine, though, making their way on in. So breaks of sunshine through the afternoon hours, and again, that will only help to warm us up. But overall, this ridge is breaking down. That was the source of the warmer air that we've had. Cooler air on the way in for later on into the weekend and the beginning of next week. So as a result, we do have those winds picking up today, about 15 to 25, gusting to about 35 miles per hour. We'll see the winds diminish a little bit during the overnight tonight, but then it'll pick right back up again for your Saturday, even stronger, maybe gusting to around 40 miles per hour. We'll be watching that for you. In fact, there's a lake wind advisory for your Saturday afternoon for Pyramid and Tahoe. Up at Lake Tahoe today into the low 70s for the most part. Partly cloudy skies, 80s for western Nevada, even the upper 80s in Fernley today. Dayton as well, 87 degrees in Dayton, 84 in Elko today, partly cloudy skies. And pretty breezy for the afternoon back over toward western Nevada. A few towns making it into that 90-degree range. Lovelock, Fallon, and Hawthorne, also the low 90s in Bishop today. Up to the north, a lot of 80s showing up on the map in Hurlong and Susanville, Gerlach as well at 88 near the Black Rock Desert there. And 86 for Reno today with 80 in Verdi and 79 in Galena. So it's definitely very warm out there. Big cool down on the way, windy conditions for the next couple of days over the weekend, and then isolated shower chances start up on Sunday. All right, so let's take a look at my weather video of the day. Trees on a Pennsylvania hillside overlooking a highway just couldn't withstand heavy rain pelting that region last night. The saturated ground gave way, and a massive tree came tumbling down onto a street in Lincoln Borough, dragging a wall of mud with it. Both lanes were blocked, and the roadway was shut down to all traffic. Fortunately, no one was injured in the landslide. Elsewhere, across Westmoreland and Allegheny counties, at least one tree reportedly fell onto a home, and floodwaters caused other property damage. Flash flood watches did remain in effect for several counties there earlier today. Back to you, Melissa.
All right, thank you so much, Tim. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at some gardening apps. And have you liked music you heard so far today? Well, you are listening to Reno native Chris Stanton. Stay with us. The News 4-4, and we'll be right back.
Melissa, you should go to Night in the Country. I don't know if she can hear me.
I don't think so, not yet, anyway.
Melissa?
Ma'am?
You should go to Night in the Country.
I know. Oh, you know, I'd love to. I'm going to have to, you know what I really wanted to do was, I wanted to do Stagecoach.
Yeah. That's so far away, though. This is like hop, skip, and a jump.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do Stagecoach, but it just seems like so much to undertake.
Like, yeah, it already happened, yeah.
Yeah.
It just recently happened a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would love to. Just, you know, a bunch of Cammie and all the girls rented a house, and we were talking about next year renting a couple RVs, linking them all up, and then wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
That's the only kind of music festival I want to go to would be country.
Oh, I wouldn't turn my nose up to Coachella, but I just I couldn't make the time or the effort to go down there to go do it, but
I think I would go to Burning Man just to see how it was, but
I went to Burning Man exactly once. That was pretty much enough for me.
was it crazy?
It was. There was. I mean, there was a lot of cool art. I dug that. There was also a lot of naked people,
Oh, really?
and that didn't. There were people naked that really didn't need to be naked. I'm just gonna put that out there. And
A free place, D. It's just free.
I would go to check it out if it wasn't so darn expensive. I don't have the cash for the tickets.
Or that line. I hear the line is like crazy to have to get in there. I hate traffic, and then it stresses me out, the thought of waiting in line for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe just helicopter pad us right in.
exactly.
You could cover it, Melissa.
Yeah, totally.
You don't have to pay.
When I came back from that, it was like I had dirt in places I didn't even know I
Hi,
had.
everybody, with warm weather and spring now in full bloom, it's time to get serious about our gardens. Go scratch around in the dirt. Growing fresh vegetables is fun and healthy, and our PC Mike Weldon has some apps for you to help out with getting out in the garden and making things grow. Check it out.
My favorite app this year is the Organic Gardening Planting Planner for the iPhone. It starts with a calendar to maximize your planting and time your planting for your region of the country. Now, this free guide covers vegetables, fruits, flowers, from artichokes to zucchini. This is a great resource for new and experienced gardeners alike. The Burpee Seed People have a great app for Android and Apple devices called the Garden Time Planter. This app also tells you the best times to plant, and it has an impressive database of plants, local weather, and links to how-to gardening videos. There's also a calendar that tells you what you should be doing by what dates. And then there's PlantLink. This puts a wireless sensor in your garden to monitor moisture. That then connects to the internet and alerts you when your plants are too dry. You can even connect a hose to the system so your garden is automatically watered no matter where in the world you happen to be. The cost? $79.
The PlantLink system also works with indoor plants, and you can order extra sensors to put in different parts of your garden. Would you like more information about all of this? I've built in direct links to all of the apps that I just showed you on my PC Mike Tech blog. There's my address on your screen. Till next time, I'm PC Mike Wendland for NBC News.
And in other tech news, we are one step closer to fast lanes on the internet, but it's going to cost you. The Federal Communications Commission voted Thursday to move forward with a proposal that would allow broadband providers to charge companies like Amazon and Netflix for prioritizing access to customers. The proposal is now open for public comment for the next 4 months and could be changed before the final vote. Coming up next, Wolverine is undeniably one of the most popular X-Men, and one man has gone to make his own personal Wolverine hands. You're going to have to see it to believe it. That's in your viral video. And also, you are listening to local musician Chris Stanton. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Between her and all this love that I'm with.
Melissa's getting all squinty.
She's still pretty when she's windy.
Yes, she is.
I don't know. I haven't heard it yet. Still alive?
Bill's not alive. No, he's not on Fridays because we always do the band tease.
Yeah, but I saw that dude with the Wolverine claws and whatnot. It's like that. I got to give him huge props for that. Is that had to take some engineering to do.
How does he get the sparks?
The only way you could possibly do that is to run an electrical current through them. It's like that's what they used to do for like the Highlander movies.
What?
It's like attach them to car batteries and then have the current running through them. So there's got to be some sort of current going through those blades at some point. It's like, I mean, that's completely insane, but that's what he had to have done.
I was wondering if he had like little flints taped on the insides. When he does that, he gets sparks. Hey guys, can you pull back a prompter? It's scrolling through our script for right now. Can you scroll back for the band tease? There you go. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like he did a good job on it because other people have tried doing the Wolverine claws before too. It's like normally it's like they can usually get it pretty well. It's like the
Band
claws
info.
extend, but it's hard to get them to retract. That was the part that I was the most impressed with, that he managed to find a way to get them to retract on command as well,
There you
without
go.
having
That's
to do a
perfect.
manual reset.
Sorry, Dee, I mean to be talking over you here, but I got
Yes.
pressure on the right spot.
It's almost like you're at work and have business to take care of or something. Yeah, you know, I'll overlook it just this once, but don't do it again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Busted.
Oh. Giano never passes up an opportunity.
Nope.
Never does.
Nope.
And I love him for it.
I gotta go down to Vegas next month.
For what?
And welcome back, everybody. All show
Tell you
long,
after this.
you have been listening to Chris Stanton. You can find out more about him and his music at therealchrisstanton.com. You can also listen to some of his music, if you didn't get enough of it here, on soundcloud.com/therealchrisstanton. I would also like to let you know, if you are a band that would like to come on and have a little bit of exposure here on the News 4 forum, we'd love to hear from you. Just email me, mcarlson@mynews4.com. All right, finally here on the forum, it's our viral video a lot of people are chit-chatting about. There's no question that Wolverine is one of the coolest, most popular of all the X-Men, and his claws are his trademark, of course. This guy made a pair of his own. It's pretty incredible. Check it out. You can also find it on our Facebook page if you'd like to reshare. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here on News 4 at noon.
That dude totally goes crazy with it. But yeah, it's like apparently there's some sort of hair or beauty show or whatever the heck it is down in Vegas next month, and
Neighbor, you have a taping.
basically it's my girlfriend's mother that wants to go down there for that.
Oh, cool.
It's like they're coming out from Detroit to go to that because my girlfriend's father every year he goes to
What's
CES and drags her along. With him,
really?
even though technology is their thing. So this year she decided that she wanted to go to a convention and drag him
Can you
along.
go check and see if he's in
And
the
because he
front
refused
lobby?
to be the only guy there that's made to go, he's demanded that I come down as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
So we're going down for that, and because my sister's a hairdresser, I found out that she's going to go down there too. So that'll be kind of cool.
cool. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
There, Jaybird.
It's like I'm kind of complaining about it, but I'm looking forward to it.
So we're having Steve come in and tape today for Monday.
Do you need people like in the hangout for that, or is it? It's
No,
we
you
don't
guys You guys are free to go. I'm going to close it down. Have a great weekend.
So what is Steve going to be feeding you today during his taping?
I have no idea, actually. We had to do this because he's going to be gone on Monday, so it was kind of a last minute, let's throw something on. So I have no idea. It'll be a surprise.
Happy surprise, I'm sure.
Happy surprise. Actually, I don't
Very
even
nice thing
have.
for Friday.
I don't even have anything in here yet. I don't know.
I think Amanda said it was ice cream.
No, that's for next week.
Oh, just kidding.
But nothing's built yet, so I do not know. Ah, there it is. Now it's starting to populate. No, just one.
So make it up as you go. That always works.
What? Okay, hold on.
Who?
Charcuterie?
Who?
Charcuterie is the branch of cooking devoted to preparing meat products such as bacon, ham, sausage, terrines, blah, blah, blah. The ultimate conversational appetizer. In the West, we grew up with the cheese and cracker plates, the craft of smoking, salting, and curing meats.
Oh, yeah. It's like I just looked it up. Yeah, okay, cool.
Charcuterie.
How to spell it?
I kind of sounded it out and Google did the rest.
Traditional European tradition and a way to preserve meat. Huh.
That's cool.
So
yeah, so it's
thanks
basically
for getting
salting. Yeah. That actually looks kind of cool.
Now stuff is popping in there. Prosciutto, think prosciutto salami sausage.
Mmm. Prosciutto.
Cheeses, dates, grapes.
Oh, so like a cheese plate, like a really good cheese plate.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pickled vegetables, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Melissa's gonna be chowing down. Ain't no doubt about it. This is like good stuff.
Oh my gosh, I have a thing for like
Things that you
salty.
can eat. That's what you
Yeah,
have a thing
salty
for.
meats like prosciutto and like mortadella, like cured meats. I love them.
Yeah, me too.
What am I saying though? I pretty much there isn't much I don't love.
Yeah, but this is like, I mean, because like, I mean, I just did like an image search for charcuterie, and this is what I'm coming up with.
Oh, that looks
Oh
like,
yeah.
On what planet is that not awesome? I mean,
Yeah.
just wow.
Looks like you need wine to go with charcuterie or whatever.
I agree.
Definitely. Then again, there's not really many things that wine doesn't go with. Let's be honest. But this in particular, I absolutely agree. This is like.
What?
When you said I have a thing for it, you said things you can eat. Perfect.
Tim was in his weather office and came all the way back here into the studio to say, Giano, that was your favorite thing he's heard you say.
Number one, my favorite thing I've heard you say in months.
Well, thank you, sir.
Things you can eat.
Yeah.
Here comes Steve. I saw him.
All right. All right, you guys, I'm going to close up the hangout. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, too. Take it easy.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.